up, peeps? What up, fam? It's my big brother Mick, your boy Slick Vic, South Florida Ave, week 8. Let's do this. You know what we all about. You know what we're here for. What up, bro?
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Do I need to say it? I don't think so. Blessed and breathing.
Always, brother. Always blessed.
As long as you don't call me no heathen.
Okay, I hear you. Okay.
What's up with you, bro?
Good, bro. Look, good. Can't complain. Doing about the same, man. Blessed, highly favored. We're ready to get into the week. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro,
Mm-hmm.
last time I talked to you, we was on this show. I was talking a whole lot of junk about my New Orleans Saints Thursday night, week 7, versus the Jaguars at home.
Mm-hmm.
How them kids do that dance like that? They throw it up in the air and then they lock it out like that. That's kind of how I feel right now because I feel like we had it up in the air and we kind of dropped that ball and we gave it right back to the Jags, bro. I don't know what to tell us right now. I ain't got nothing else to say about it, bro. I'm passing the mic.
Listen,
I'll let you expand on it.
I feel your pain. You know I do. You know I'm sympathetic to your plight right now. I mean, not to jump off the topic because we are talking about Saints and Jags, but you know, your boys took an L, and you know, not to jump on your team, jump on my team. My team took an L, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had the Falcons and the Bucks this weekend as well, bro. So Falcons came down to Tampa, and they're now running the NFC South. It's crazy, but it's true.
Yeah.
The Falcons.
Yeah. Go figure, right?
Division, bro.
We're not talking about the Panthers. We're not talking about the Saints. We're talking about the Falcons right now.
The Falcons
this
are
is terrible.
Leading the division in the NFC South right now. Came and took care of business in Tampa. So, hey, the Saints took an L. Bucks took an L. We're going to find out what kind of teams these are moving forward. But right now, Atlanta is in front of that. And we talked about Jaguars on the show before. Jaguars just did what we thought they were going to do. We kind of thought they were going to beat your Saints, and they did. And Jacksonville is rolling right now. They got a great squad, offensively and defensively. Good team. So they're rolling, man. Jacksonville's doing what they're doing. Atlanta's doing what they're doing. The Saints and Bucks are cruising, and we're both moving in the wrong direction right now. So, yeah.
Cruising in the wrong direction. That is a terrible analogy. It's a reality right now. And I mean, what can we say, man? I guess the best we can hope for is a head to head, and maybe the Saints can pull that one off, but
we'll see.
That's to be determined.
Indeed.
I guess this week I had a title for next week. It was but as this week, because that's how I feel about my Saints right now versus the Jags. Like, like we can't get. I don't know what we're doing right now as a football team. I'm concerned, but I guess the same thing would apply to the Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers with the Brock Purdy in the game. Can you say,
is a good analogy because if I remember correctly, we both pretty much counted the Vikings out in this contest. I'm pretty sure everybody outside of the state of Minnesota counted the Vikings out in this contest. So for the Vikings to do what they did and Kirk Cousins to beat Kirk Cousins had a great game, by the way. Kirk Cousins had an amazing game. Jordan Addison came out of nowhere. You didn't realize that Justin Jefferson wasn't even playing till somewhere in the third or fourth quarter because Kirk Cousins is throwing touchdown passes to rookies. It was and Vic, this ain't the not the Falcons. I'm just saying Falcons is a good team. This ain't these ain't the Cardinals out here that they're playing. These are the San Francisco 49ers. This is Fred Warner and them boys. And they was coming after Kirk, but Kirk had a great game. What an unbelievable game by Kirk Cousins. What an unbelievable game by the Vikings to stand up for their season because, honestly, they lose this game, you could pretty much wrap their season up. They were talking about people that are going to be traded from the team after this game. So now the Vikings have an opportunity to maybe do some things. Man, they look good against probably the best team in the NFL, arguably the best team in the NFL right now, 49ers. What you got to say?
On that same note, that means, because we haven't talked about this games yet, Ravens and the Lions, that means that the NFC North is still wide open and the Vikings are still in the conversation. That would mean that we just might see a Justin Jefferson sighting again this year. Is he going to be back? Is there something to play for now? I would assume yes. To correct you, bro, we actually didn't throw this ball to the San Francisco 49ers so easily. We actually asked a question. If they catch another L this week, what does that mean for the 49ers? Go back and look at the tape. South Florida asked,
Right.
we asked that question
You're
because
right.
it was a possibility. We smelled it in the air, and it smelled like an upset, and it came into fruition. So I wonder what the San Francisco 49er fans are feeling right now. That's 2 L's in a row. And I don't know if you like that or not, but NFC North wide open right now. Vikings, barbecue, mildew. We'll address that in the near future. Moving
Yes,
on.
I agree.
Speaking of
But
the
staying in
next
that
game,
division,
in that
and
division,
staying in
Ravens
that
Lions.
division, wow.
So
Topsy turvy.
we talking true grit this week?
No true grit at all. I mean,
No grit at all.
Jared Goff was a no-show, my guy. That's all I can tell you, bro. Like, and I listen, you know it's crazy because, oh, by the way, South Florida Ave is now on YouTube. You guys can check out the YouTube page. We're at South Florida Ave on YouTube. So, looking at the shows, uploading the shows, by the way, and I said that was my caveat with the Lions, was Jared Goff. Like, he's gonna be the engine that drives this train. And sure enough, man, in Baltimore, first of all, Lamar Jackson had an amazing game. Like, Lamar Jackson showed or reminded everyone why he's getting paid what he got paid. He had a spectacular game. The Detroit Lions defense is one of the best defenses in the league right now, and Lamar was running circles around these boys. It was I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was amazing to watch. You know, another thing I want to just point out real quick about the NFL in general, Vic. I think this is why we probably love football so much, because honestly, like from a week to week, a game to game standpoint, when it comes to football, particularly, you really don't know who's good, man. Like, everybody is good. Like, there are really no bad teams. What happens is coaches may make bad decisions or games come down to circumstances, but everybody is getting a check. Everybody wants to play. Everybody wants to play well. And I love it how from week to week in the NFL, you genuinely don't know who's good. You really don't. You think you got a grasp on what's going on. But, bro, every week, it'll surprise you. You look up and be like, so-and-so be who? Because any Sunday, anybody can beat anybody. I love it. But, yeah, the Lions got caught slipping, and the Ravens, yikes.
This year, more than a lot of other years, is we're going to coin it any given Sunday, because what we are seeing right now is teams become relevant and games become relevant that we haven't talked about in a really long time. I thought you were going to touch on it since you were already on it. Since we're brothers, I feel like it was going to go that way. But actually, what I saw Sunday, and I'm so proud and happy to be able to say this, I saw Lamar Jackson looking like he was playing for the Louisville Cardinals. Listen, bro. Retro Lamar running in circles, buying 7 seconds in the pocket, throwing touchdowns out for that. That's vintage Lamar, man. That's the Lamar that I saw coming out of college and the Heisman Trophy winner. And listen, that would have been the first quarterback off of my board. I don't know what kind of football y'all watch, but glad to see you're proving them wrong still, Lamar. So kudos to you, bro. Shout out to you.
Respect to Lamar, definitely. Shout out
we
to
never
Lamar Jackson.
We never doubted you, bro, and you still doing your thing.
Baller. You're a baller, bro.
For
sure.
Week 8, we got a couple interesting matchups in week 8. Want to know if you're excited about this and want to know how you feel about this. You got a big game coming up for those Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday night versus the Buffalo Bills, who just came back off on the L. Another L for the Bills, by the way. So how are you feeling about Thursday?
Thursday, I am not excited.
Oh,
Buffalo's a really good team. Listen, I got to be honest. Honestly, like the Atlanta game, I'm still a little bit I'm not happy about the game. I felt like we should have won the game. That being said, the defense really didn't step up. The offense for Atlanta probably could have scored 1 or 2 more touchdowns if they wouldn't we knocked the ball in the back of the end zone, and we just let go. We let some free plays, some big plays go in that game, and I'm really nervous about the big playability of Buffalo. So I believe in my team. I'm nervous for my team. We need this win. We're taking a loss from Atlanta. We need to get off the losing streak. Buffalo, too, is coming from a loss. They just took a really tough loss on the chin to New England. Bill Belichick righted that ship a little bit. So It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. I know that. I'm looking forward to Thursday night, so it should be exciting. But I don't know. I can't call it, but I'm hopeful. But it's going to be a tough game.
I like this game coming up for the Bucks. Back to what you were saying about just where we're at in the NFL right now and the quality of games that we have. The Bucks are still professionals, and this is a big game to test their fortitude right now. And I think they have a great opportunity to prove themselves and get back on track. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do versus the Bills. The Bills have obviously showed that there's some holes on that side. They're not the unstoppable Bills. They're just the Buffalo Bills. So I'm curious to see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to do. You said big play capability. I want to see the Bucks try to make big plays against the Bills too. Mike Evans is still on the field. So, bro, can we throw some touchdowns to Mike Evans tomorrow? Can we throw some 60-yarder balls down the field? Like, I'm curious to see if he's actually going to get involved in that capacity. I think he has the opportunity to do it against a really good Bills defense, though.
It's a really good defense. We're going to see, man, because like I said, they've got a really good defense. They got a very explosive offense. Our defense does have holes. And, it's tough trying to throw the ball downfield to Mike Evans because the offensive line doesn't want to hold up. So those are bad combinations when you're facing a team on a short week. So we'll see. You know what? Real quick, though, what we did touch on was the Eagles and Dolphins. I didn't get your opinion on the showdown last week. We had the Eagles versus the Dolphins. It was a big matchup. The game of the week last week, and the Eagles shut down the Dolphins' passing attack. What do you feel about Eagles v. Dolphins? What do you think?
Hey, man, your boy South Florida Vic is still down here in South Florida, and I got to represent for the South Floridians. The Eagles got a lot of calls going their way, man. I don't know. It felt a little one-sided when it came to penalties. Did you watch the game, bro? Like, it was a lot of questionable calls going on favoring the Eagles. So I can only give that so much credit and credence because at the end of the day, the Eagles, you're going to get those calls regardless, no matter who you play for, no matter if you're home or away, no matter how many wins or L's you have. Sometimes the calls are just on your side. And the Dolphins, they played the Eagles. They played against the Super Bowl contending Eagles and looked like the Eagles were ready to put them in their place and check them really quick. So not much to say about that. I think the Eagles came out and did exactly what I thought they were going to do, which was to beat the Dolphins. I think everybody in the nation will be talking about it if the Dolphins had actually beat the Eagles. So no surprises here. I think the Dolphins are going to be okay. They're in a great place in the AFC, but we see what happens to them in big games. That's two in a row now. Big games, that is. Bills, Eagles. You can win games, but can you win those games? That is to be determined. So
that has always been the question when it comes to the Dolphins. Great point.
Yeah.
All right, and just to give our flowers out real quick, the Steelers did beat the Rams, by the way, last week as well. Mike Tomlin does it again. Somehow the Rams receivers go off, but yet the Steelers walk out of LA with the victory. I don't know how he's winning these games, but Mike Tomlin is unscathed. So,
man, listen, we already talked about how we're going to leave Mike Tomlin alone.
Shout out to Mike.
Man, we saluted him at the beginning of the season, man. I mean, am I changing my own tune right now about Mike Tomlin?
Wow, man.
Kind of yes, but kind of no. Like, the team doesn't look like they should be doing what they're doing. Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin, though. That is still a Mike Tomlin football team. And I would have to argue and say, I would dare to say, that's why he still got his job, bro. He's been there for a really long time, and we see why. Like, no matter what's going on, they find a way to pull it out. And guess what, bro? If they're not at the top of their division, they're second. So shout out to the Steelers.
Shout out to Mike. That's all I want to do. Like, there's really nothing to even say about that other than the fact that Mike Tomlin finds ways to win. He finds a way to win football games. He just does. So continuing with next week.
Respect, bro.
Back to the next week. And week coming up, the other big game, I say that's a big game that's coming up this week in the NFL. It's going to be Bengals, 49ers. You got the 49ers now with 2 losses back to back. And allegedly, Brock Purdy may have something going on with like an injury. So Christian McCaffrey did play the whole game, played well, by the way, last week. Played the whole game, no problem there. But you are missing Debo, who will be out again. And now Brock may or may not play. Man, if the 49ers lose 3 games in a row, the 49ers that we were saying just 2 weeks ago, unstoppable train, who can stop them? Brock Purdy, no losses. Now all of a sudden he's got 2 losses. Can the Bengals make it 3? What you think?
I think we have an official barbecue or mildew brewing around here. I feel like you're really in position to go from barbecue to mildew in one season. That's almost unheard of. But both of these teams are in the same pot right now. Actually, they're on the same grill. We don't know which one's barbecue and which one's mildew. Like, this is big for the Bengals. This is huge for the 49ers. 49ers, you can't let the Bengals beat you. Bengals, you lose another game, you're getting a first-round draft pick. I don't know. I mean, it's ugly either way, but it's going to be very interesting for the same reason. Very important game for both teams. Neither one of them can afford an L. We're going to see how it goes. Who you got?
You know what? I think the.
By the way, you're over 2 on these. You're over 2 on these. Who you got?
First of all, I'm not over 2. What you talking about?
You're over 2 on these. Who you got?
No.
Oh, we gotta rewind the tape. You're 0-2.
I'm 0-2, bro.
I gotta go. I gotta go back and find which one it was.
That don't sound right.
But you're 0-2.
Your math ain't math, bro. But I think
we know you're definitely down for last week, but we'll move on for right now.
I think the Bengals are in position to win this game, and here's why. The Bengals are coming off a bye week. The 49ers coming off this very tough game against the Vikings. This smells like the opportunity for the Bengals to right their ship, especially coming off the bye week. You know who your opponent is 2 weeks in advance. You should be prepping for the 49ers. And now they're coming in here with a wounded Brock Purdy.
Yeah. The whole team's probably battered and bruised at this point, realistically.
Too
many games back to back.
Jamar Chase is okay. Like, hey, get the ball to Jamar and see what happens.
Whew. Who you got, Vic, on this one? I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not putting my money on the 49ers. I just can't do it. I mean, I know how good they are. They're really solid. They're a really solid team, but I think I'm going to go with you on this one, bro. Like, the Bengals have the perfect opportunity to go ahead and get an upset if that's what we're going to call it. But is it an upset? We're talking about AFC, champs. And
you can consider it an upset because think about this. 2 weeks ago, no way either one of us is picking the 49ers to lose to the Bengals. 2 weeks ago.
That's a fact.
Think about it. Like,
2 weeks.
Joe Burrow couldn't complete a
Just
pass
2 weeks
ago. So, and
that's
now,
a fact,
that's why I love the NFL. It's so fluid, So, yeah, gonna see.
I got you 2 Bengals, bro, all the way in.
Yes, for sure. So we doubled up on the Bengals. Next big game for the weekend, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. Wow.
Again, like you said, bro, to make the NFL relevant again, it's literally game to game. It's literally who wants it more this season more than any. When's the last time the Jacksonville Jaguar Pittsburgh Steelers game has been a relevant conversation to something interesting to watch?
Playoffs.
I don't recall.
8 years ago, playoffs, like when Ramsey was still playing and Fournette was on the Jags and Ramsey was on the that was the last time Ramsey was on the Jags. So yeah, for a regular season Pittsburgh Jacksonville game to be exciting, it is because we see what Mike Tomlin is doing. He got these boys rolling. Somehow they winning games on defense and not scoring points. And then you got Jacksonville, who is clearly rolling. Trevor Lawrence is having a great year. ETN is having a great year. Defense is looking real good. Sacks, interceptions. Man, this is going to be an exciting game. Who you got?
Yeah, man, listen. Not only is it going to be a good game, but Jacksonville looked really good against my New Orleans Saints. I hate to admit it. I was hoping for something different, but, dude, they just look really good. Who do I got? I guess do I have it written down here? I think I do. Jags, Steelers. Steelers are at home. I'm going with the Steelers, man.
Man,
I don't want to
it's
mess you up,
hard.
Mike. Maybe I should go against you, Mike, because y'all are rolling right now. And when I've been counting you out, you've been catching W's. So maybe I should
Yup.
go against that. But
I
I'm
bet
going with
Mike
home
will
field
want you to
advantage on
go.
this one. I think he would too. I think you want me to
think
go
Mike
against
will
it,
want you
Mike.
to go get them. Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. I am throwing the reverse psychology out there. Come on, fam. Come on, peoples. Go with me on this one. All right. Try to hear me out. I'm doing reverse psychology on this one. I'm going with the Jags against the Steelers at home for the sake of Mike Tomlin. All right. So if you can decipher that, go ahead and decipher that.
That is a loaded bet right there, boy. That thing loaded right there. That is a loaded analysis.
Kind of safe either way. Kind of safe either way.
Hey, I told you. I told you.
I told you either way. Someone.
I told you though. Either way, you're gonna be able to say
terrible.
I told you. Football's really good this week. NFL is done. It's a wrap.
Speaking of I told you. Speaking of I told you, we're going to start out with the first college game of last week. USC versus the University of Utah. What you got to say about that, bro? Don't let me down.
I thought I told ya. I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. You got to look out for the Utes. You had to look out for the Utes. And sure enough, man, USC coming in there wounded. The writing was on the wall. And Utah is a really good team. I can see why anybody like outside of the Big 10, the Big 5, power conference schools, if you're anywhere out west, why Utah would be an attractive offer, just because everything there at that university is surrounded by that school. It's all about the Utes, and they take care of their players. I don't know if you saw the video or not, but Dodge gave every football player for the Utes their own Dodge pickup Ram truck. So the NIL deals are coming through at that school. Beautiful campus, amazing facility, and they win football games. They're a really good program year after year after year. They're consistently good, and they have a lot of Florida talent on their team. So good program. Something the right was on the wall. Caleb, it's a wrap. Caleb, it's a wrap, bro. Like
done.
Heisman Trophy winner, done. Listen, he ain't winning no Heisman. They're gonna have a good. They might still have a good season, and they're gonna win some games, but they ain't winning no Heisman now. It's a wrap, bro. And again, I don't know the young man personally. But I told you this, me and you talking, and it just seems like I get the vibe from Caleb that he's not really like a team player. Like he'll put up with you because he got to, but you really ain't his man's like that. And to me, I don't like that. I don't like that vibe he's giving through the camera when I see him. I'm like, oh. I don't know if I want him to be my quarterback, bro. That's just me personally. So that might be coming through rubbing. I'm just telling you what I see. And if I see that, and if that's true, and I play on a team with a dude that's like that, that can also be rubbing the teammates a certain way. So now you around here thinking, you know what? You hear what
one man show.
Yeah, man. So hey, you around here. Oh, now you the Heisman Trophy winner. You around here brand new this year. Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna pick up this block this time.
My name is Willie.
Maybe you get
Steven.
Maybe you get sacked this play, Caleb. Maybe I don't block this play, Caleb. So that's all I'm saying, man. So yeah, it was the right was on the wall. Great game. Utah deserved it. So USC.
Somebody go ahead and tag Caleb. Caleb, is this true? Is you over there acting stink on campus, man?
I don't know this.
Are you really over there acting like Willie Beeman?
But I see.
Is that the problem? Caleb, you've been written out for the Heisman, man. I don't know how you feel about that. Y'all got a lot of L's. We talked about this, dude. Listen, USC, you look like USC right now. It's the writing has been on the wall for them for multiple games this season. At this point, you're really lucky that you beat Colorado because outside of that, y'all ain't been really doing. Y'all been giving up a lot of points.
I'm gonna give you your props, bro, because you said this on the previous show, bro. You said USC gonna be USC, and I was like, "What that mean?" Like they gonna be talked about the national championship picture, and then they gonna take a bad L. Stop it. You flirt like you're gonna do something. You act like you're gonna be in the national championship picture. You never are. You never are, and you lose games like this, and this is why. So no, out of there, USC.
Sorry. Maybe next year, guys. Maybe next year. We'll go through the same exercise again.
Woo. They loaded, though. They loaded all that talent. Now, I did tell you I told you so for Utah, but I totally got this one wrong. I picked Alabama to lose to Tennessee, and the first half it was a good game, but Nick Saban wasn't having none of that in the second half. It was a complete blowout in the second half. So
That's just your second
Alabama
of your
still
0-2,
relevant.
bro. It's okay though. You'll be okay.
I'm owning it
Just
though, but I'm owning it. I'm owning it. I made a pick.
yeah.
I was wrong. I'm owning it. I acknowledge it, and we move on. But hey,
I mean,
Alabama's back.
not a bad choice. It is Nick
But
Saban. It's kind of hard to count him out, bro. I mean, you could go either way on that one any day, especially with the quarterback play from Alabama that's still looking pretty shaky and rocky. So we'll see how long that lasts. I just have a feeling it ain't gonna last long, to be honest with you. I had them for the national championship, but they don't look comfortable to me. So I don't see it lasting for too long, especially if they meet a team like Georgia.
They play LSU. Well, they would only face Georgia in the SEC championship game if they get there. But in order to get to the SEC championship game, they would first have to beat LSU, which they play next week. So we shall see.
What you think?
We'll get to that next week.
Exactly.
This week is Georgia, Florida, and Jacksonville. It's going down. The Dogs are going down. The Gators are ready to shock the world. We're going into Jacksonville. We shaking up the system. We shaking up the BCS. Everything's gonna have to stop and pause and recalibrate, and rethought, and rethink, and put it through the computers again, because the Florida Gators will be taking down the Georgia Bulldogs this Saturday in Jacksonville. I said it.
Take cover! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Grenade! You sound like somebody I know, man. But I mean, I'm gonna let you own that and have that this week. Hey, man, listen, bro. Whenever you went to school up there, bro, I became a Gator by association and Gator at heart. Never let that go. But there's a reality in my heart that I just can't give up as well. But here's that reality that I want to talk about. Not the obvious one. The reality that I want to talk about is at the end of the day, this is the Florida Gators, man. At any given Sunday, that was the title of this episode. Any given Sunday, any given Saturday, these Gators should be able to go get a W. I don't care who they playing. So, man, but I can't go so hard for them like that because I'm so disappointed with coaching at this point in time. And I know you're trying to give your boy Billy some slack, but I can't, bro, because I grew up just like you grew up in the Danny Werfel, Steve Spurrier area, and he took no shorts. So it's hard for me to watch this type of stuff. But it'll be interesting to see if they get it together. It'll be good for their fortitude, a good test of their fortitude. Good luck to the Gators.
Yeah, I would like to just not see a blowout. I would be very content if the game is just comfortable and not just, a complete blowout. But at the end of the day, I really do believe in my heart of hearts there is a chance for us to win this game. If everything goes
I got a question for you.
Defense, we could do it.
For the sake of being real and for the sake of constructive criticism, what do you need to see better this week? Offense or defense?
Defense, 100%. It's not even about the offense, because I feel like at the end of the day, if we are intentional about what we're trying to do on offense, we can matriculate the ball down the field. I really believe that. I honestly believe that. If we get out quick passes, if we're intentional about where we're going with the passes, we can complete these passes against Georgia. It's the defense I'm worried about. It's missing tackles, filling the holes, closing gaps, that stuff. That's what I'm worried about. So I feel like the game could get out of hand quickly that way. But if we're not hesitating, if we're on the attack, I think this game could be very exciting for the Florida Gators. It could be something can happen here. Something can really happen here. So we'll see.
Good luck, Gators. We'll definitely be watching.
So
check it out, bro. That's gonna wrap up our football for this week. NBA season just started. You're fully aware of that?
Yes.
Talk to me.
Man, I'm excited about the NBA season. First of all, I'm going to share something with you and maybe with the audience that isn't aware. The NBA is doing something new this year. Here's a reason for you to care about the NBA regular season. This season, for the first time, the NBA will be holding an in-season tournament. just like an NCAA tournament, or just like what you watch for March Madness, the NBA will be incorporating that during the regular season. So in the month of November, you're going to see a mini tournament within the regular season. This tournament is going to help position the teams for what position you're going to be playing in the playoffs. So it ain't no, oh, hum, and we can blow it off. No, in November, from now on, if your team is not good in November, it can cost you games in March. This is huge. This is very important. This gives everyone a reason to want to watch the season early. And plus, it's going to also make you as a team say, okay, if this is not working for me as a team, I need to make my trade sooner than later, because these in-game tournaments count. So if we're going to hope to have some kind of postseason success, this has to take place. So I'm excited for Wembanyama. I'm excited for the Nuggets again. We already saw them beat up on the Lakers last night. Wow, Joker looks unstoppable. I'm excited to see Dame. I'm excited to see Porzingis. I'm excited. Luka. NBA is back, baby. I'm excited, Vic. I can't wait. Can't wait.
No load management this year, and that's a great thing for the NBA.
Love it.
No nights off. That's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's still early in the season. They're still getting their legs warmed up. But NBA's at our doorsteps. It's going to be fun. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to that. That's going to be awesome.
Can't wait.
As always.
Can't wait, baby. Yes, sir. What else you got, Bo, before we get out of here? Anything else you want to cover? Oh, no, we're not going to do it. I was going to bring up Dwight Howard, but we'll say
what happened about Dwight Howard? What happened with Dwight Howard?
Man, allegedly, Dwight was supposed to hook up with this man. And then when Dwight went to hook up with the man, Dwight brought another man with him. So when they got to the thing with the man that he was supposed to be hooking up with, the man was like, hey, Dwight, I was supposed to be getting with you. Now you done brought this other dude with you. I ain't comfortable. Allegedly, stuff went down. And now the man's like, pressing charges because he was uncomfortable and so on and so forth. So I know you don't know nothing about that right now. I just want to hit on it on the show. Maybe you could do some research.
I'm not doing no research on that, man. You could have spared me on that bull crap. Oh my gosh, man. I ain't trying to hear that. Listen, that's not the first time, man. But it's not the first time this type of news is coming out about Dwight. This ain't the first time this type of news. What you mean? This ain't the first time this type of news came out about Dwight. Man, I ain't expanding on that joke. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Yeah. I don't research this junk, but I know this is not the first time this has happened against Dwight. I'm good. I don't need to talk about Dwight no more. Dwight, have fun, bro. I don't know what you're doing out there. That's your life, do what you want to, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, holla at y'all, South Florida Ave, episode 8. Once again, holla at your boys, like, subscribe, catch us on YouTube because we out there now. Holla at your boys.
Check out the YouTube channel, man. Don't forget YouTube channel. We're at South Florida Ave on YouTube right now. Go there right now. You can pull up the video episodes. Tell us if you'd like to be on the show. Talk to us. We love the feedback. Thank you again. We love the support. Appreciate y'all. Sincerely.
We here. We there. Love y'all. Holla at y'all. Peace.